Hi, it's Paris from EpicReviewGuys, and we've returned to Austin from our Thanksgiving trip to Seattle to spend the holidays with our family. We hope you had a very nice holiday, Thanksgiving and or Hanukkah with your family as well. But this Thanksgiving was different and a little weird, and I don't know if it's just me or if things have really changed. I liken it from going to the old version of Windows that you liked, that you were comfortable with. It wasn't perfect, but you knew where everything was and how to make it do what you wanted it to do. To go into Windows 8.1, where it seems like they almost arbitrarily moved everything around and said, all right, start learning how to do it all over again. Now, Dad, if you're watching, it was a very nice meal. So nice to be with everyone. Thank you so much. But it was kind of a weird Thanksgiving meal. Now, this was a Thanksgiving buffet at a very nice restaurant, and I prefer ham to turkey, but turkey's fine, except I couldn't find any gravy, and they didn't have any stuffing that was recognizable as such. There weren't any mashed potatoes or green bean casserole or the yams with those little melted marshmallows on top. There was no eggnog to drink, and after you finished that main course, they had some very good desserts. No pumpkin pie, no whipped cream. Yes, this was a Thanksgiving dinner. Let me show you a little video of it here.
Salmon's really good.
Yeah. For me, even if the salmon isn't good, it's still good.
It's still salmon.
Very nice, very fancy. I won't name the place. I don't want to disparage them because it was a delicious meal. It just wasn't a Thanksgiving meal, and I think they changed it around to try to make it more healthful and exotic and representative of local flavors and foods, and that's all well and good, but when you go out to have your Thanksgiving dinner, you want the stuff you grew up eating. Now, maybe I'm just being too picky about this, that being with family is really what Thanksgiving's all about. I should take a lesson from all those Christmas TV shows they'll be showing from now through Christmas, that so long as you're with your family, it's all that matters. And that's certainly the most important part, but there's something about taste and smell and how it can bring out those almost primal memories, and there's a lot of comfort to be derived from having that experience that you go into a holiday expecting, and when you come out the other side without having your eggnog or your pumpkin pie or your ham with some gravy and stuffing, when you don't have those things, you sort of feel like you missed something. So it was certainly nice to see everybody. I only get to see my brother twice a year, even though we do this channel together. Here's a picture to prove we actually were in the same place at the same time. And the meal was delicious, and that would be enough any other night of the week, but just not Thanksgiving night. Now that leads me into what have become other holiday traditions over the past 10 years or so. When you travel to go to these holiday events, if you're flying, you've come to know the drill of going through the TSA checkpoints. It gets to be like clockwork. Okay, shoes off, laptops open. We know exactly how many bins we need. We already, as soon as we get up to line with the kids, we pop, put the bins up. Everybody knows where to put the things. Take the phone, take the wallet, take the coins, put them in the little round thing, put that in there. We've got it down to a science. Except this year, they decided to try something new. Well, at least it's new to me up in Seattle, because as I mentioned, it's always been the same, except a couple years ago, they did put the thing through where you got to stand like this and they look at you naked for a while, which fortunately they only ever pick me for. They leave the wife and kids out of that, but they always pick on me for that. So we get into this new line and trying to be helpful and knowing what to expect. We have the boarding passes, we got the IDs, hand them to the guy, and the guy throws the IDs back. I didn't want your IDs, you don't give me your IDs to me. Apparently this is some other way of doing things, so he only wants the boarding passes, and so he's barking at us because 4,000 people today have handed their IDs when he doesn't want them, like it's all our fault. That's what we've been taught the last 10 years to do. So okay, take the IDs back. He writes something, stamps something, we go. Now you got to go this line or that. Anyway, it was very different from what we were used to. So then we go on and follow the cattle maze through and come to another person, but now, should I give you any papers of ID? You're going to throw them at me? This guy wants, he said, put your hands like this. Okay, well I got stuff in my hands, so now he's angry about that. So okay, well I can put stuff in one hand because I got all the boarding passes and IDs for you. So I put the hand out and he's got some wipey thing, and I realize this is a gunpowder bomb residue test. I assume that's what it's for anyway. So then he's got this hand wet with the stuff. Now I got to take the stuff out of it, and he's got to do this hand. And then we had to stand there while he puts it into some machine and waits till it prints out a printout about me, apparently. We finally get up to where you are normally, there's all the bins, and we're already, all right, we need 11 bins, let's get the shoes. There's no bins. And there's no place for bins. I at first thought they were out of bins in this line, but there's no place to even put bins. So we're all now, oh my gosh, what's going on? And so, well, we'll take our shoes off. Where are we going to put it? No, no, please, sir, please put your shoes on. You keep your shoes on here. Okay. And the guy in front of me, he's wearing a vest and carrying a jacket. And he said, well, do I put the jacket here? He's asking him. She said, well, if you're wearing the jacket when you get here, then you wear the jacket when you walk through the thing. But if you're not wearing the jacket, then you got to put the jacket onto the conveyor belt. So anyway, he doesn't want to put his jacket on the dirty conveyor belt. And, you know, they've got the things where things can get stuck. You want to have it in a plastic tray if you're going to put it through there. So he starts putting the jacket on. Sir, do not put the jacket on. If you we're not wearing the jacket when you came here, the jacket must be put on the conveyor belt. What difference could it make? So this guy's in trouble for trying to put his jacket on. So I've got my case down. I'm trying to take the laptop out. And no, don't take the laptop. Well, you always have to open up the laptop to run it through the X-ray machine. But no, don't do that. Don't take off shoes. Your jacket depends on if you're wearing it or not when you got here. They do still have the little round tray thing to put your phones, coins, keys, any metal objects into, but now you don't have a big tray to put it in. So it's on that little roller thing going like this, and you're waiting for it to spill over and dump all your stuff out on the floor. So needless to say, we were not happy at this point. Spend 10 years learning all the new rules that they want you to follow for your security, and then they decide to change it all up, and now none of the rules apply, and they treat you like you should already know how to do all this. Well, haven't you been flying for the past 10 years? Yes, apparently that's the problem. So after having a postmodern Thanksgiving dinner, and then going through TSA the next day where they changed up all the rules and treat us like idiots for not knowing what the new rules are, I'm back home, and I'm still a little hungry, and still a little angry. And I'm thinking ahead to Christmas, another time when we travel with the family. We always go and see my wife's family, where they do things differently, but after 14 years now, I've finally learned the system that they don't have Christmas dinner. They have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, but you don't start eating until about midnight, and you don't finish till 3 or 4 in the morning. You have to go out and do the posada, where some of the people in the party go outside and basically recite in sing-song form Mary and Joseph going inn to inn and asking if there was room for them to stay. And then there's a group of people on the inside who say, no, we have no room at the inn, and you do this several times. And then finally, you're the group that says, yes, you can come in, we have a place for you to stay out in the manger and back. It's all very nice. It's very different when you first do it, but it gets to be your own custom after you've done it year after year. And you drink sangria, and you have tamales, and they have a lot of the similar fixings to what we have here. I think it's become popular over the last 20 or 30 years. They do have turkey and some of the similar foods. But anyway, I'm good with all that, except it turns out this year, they're doing something different. This year, they're not going to have the big family meal. We're all going to the beach. All the different families are going to stay in the same hotel out on the Pacific coast. So that means there won't be a traditional Christmas meal. There won't be the nativity scene. There probably won't be the posada. You'll be eating at the buffet and going swimming and just very different stuff. Doesn't mean it won't be fun. Doesn't mean it won't be nice. It just, for me, won't be Christmas.